Hello YouTube, it is Raina and I am back. So here I am reviewing episodes 4 through 6 of the Legend of Vox Machina. Just a precursor like I did in my previous video, I'm only going to discuss these 3 episodes, and also when it comes to me comparing it to the campaign, I'll only discuss stuff that's pertinent to these episodes in the campaign. I will not be discussing anything spoiler in this campaign or any future campaigns. So you don't have to worry about that here. So another great batch of episodes. I really love where this season is going. I love how they've adapted these particular episodes, especially episode 4. I think when it comes to explaining some of the mythology, like the Matron of Ravens or the Raven Queen, the stuff with Keyleth of her being an Arashari, and also the stuff with the Sphinx in episode 6. I think they're doing a fantastic job of people who probably have never watched a campaign or don't get the mythology of Exandria and the past, present, and future. I think with the little pieces here and there, like with Calamity, I think they do a fantastic job of really, I don't want to say simplify, but making it easier for people who are just coming to this new, really easy to understand, especially the stuff with the Matron of Ravens. I love how they portrayed that, and her as a god in general, and how they portray all that, because all of that was not said in the campaign. It was just like, Vax just says, "Take me instead, you Raven Bee," and then that's just it. Vex is alive. We don't see all that stuff. So I love how they did that. And the animation, once again, is amazing. You can tell they really stepped up. They got a little bit, I mean, not saying that season 1 looked cheap, but considering what they're dealing with, with gods and sphinxes, and now they're, dragons, it's getting bigger and bigger. And so the animation has to show that. And it is beautiful. The stuff with Keyleth and her episode was amazing. Her turning in that big fire thing was so epic. I love that. The stuff with the Sphinx in episode 6 was beautiful. And I love how they used it, once again, the CG animation with these fantastical beings, like with the Sphinx. And, I'm not sure what plane that was they were on. If anyone knows, put that down in the comments. Showing that, once again, the dragon looked great. In episode 6, and then in this episode 4, with the Raven Queen, looked beautiful. How big she was. It was otherworldly. The stuff and the Calamity looked fantastic. That was my geek out moment. I will not spoil the Calamity, but just seeing that, and I've seen there's a campaign in Critical Role of Calamity, and they do like a mini 4-part series, and it's like one of my favorite things that Critical Role has ever done. And just seeing it realized in this season, it like parts of it, it's not the whole entire thing, it's just my real geek out moment of this thing. And obviously seeing the Raven Queen, and I wonder if we're going to see how the Raven Queen came to be in this season. I don't know, but anyway, I just love seeing all that. And the characters are kind of getting an upgrade, like Vax, has become the champion of the Raven Queen. I'm not going to explain that because that gives a lot of spoilers, but we'll learn about that probably later on in the season, so I'll let that settle. So apparently he's going to have some, visions and like really, boss powers. Keyleth passed, I think, like part 1 of her Aramante with her conquering fire. So she has, I think, water and earth next. I love seeing that in her. I mean, that she was scared. I got teared up a little bit because I just love Keyleth so much, and how Marisha plays her and her insecurities and her overcoming her insecurities. I really love that. I love seeing her backstory in Sephra. That's where Keyleth is from, the Arashari, and seeing her mother and her father. I just love seeing all that. And seeing Kima and Allura, be confirmed. And that was a nice surprise in seeing that. And also, I love the little touches of Percy and Vex. They're building that up a little bit. Him feeling guilty, as he should, making a mistake. He got punched in the face, but, everything worked out there. And, he's showing in his own way of how sorry he is. And I'm loving what they're doing with Scanlan, of like really giving him these kind of big moments, especially in episode 6. That song, Sam Riegel, who plays Scanlan, is amazing, and he makes all his songs, and that song, another song that's amazing. I was like, wow. And the animation of that with the Sphinxes, with Ocessa, and, all that stuff he made a, like, Sphinx cry, and no one saw it. And Scanlan revealing that part of himself that, he has so much love to give, but he just, he messes up, and I just love him. And, hopefully he will find love later on this season. Once again, I will not spoil, but, I just love that whole entire moment of him in episode 6 that really showcased the best parts and deeper parts of Scanlan, that, the people don't really get to see. And I love that. With Pike and Grog, she's like, that Craven's Edge is really possessing Grog, and, I don't know how he's going to get rid of it, so we'll have to see about that and everything. And the little touches of the romances with Vax and Keela, the Percy and Vex, I think are really good. They're really giving it a slower burn at this point, because I don't think it's a spoiler. At this point, the couples are kind of together. I'll say more so Vax and Keyleth are more so kind of, they're not together, but it's been more upfront than it is in the show. And considering that they are spreading this particular arc into 2 seasons, I can see why they're taking it slower. And I do like that. It gives it more time to build up and more time to, like, really give the characters their development, considering all the changes they are going through. So yeah, I really enjoyed these 3 episodes. I can't wait for more. I'm loving the lore. I'm loving how they're tying everything together and how they're adapting, this story. And so, yeah. And if you have not known, they are creating the Mighty Nine campaign into an animated show. If you want to see my thoughts on that, go to my previous video discussing that. Congrats to Critical Role. It's just, we've been really eating good these past few weeks when it comes to Critical Role. So yeah, leave your comments down below, and bye YouTube.